Guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So, good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well. In the news today, Trump announces phone call with Vladimir Putin to stop Ukraine bloodbath. So we're going to cover this today. Should be a good show. Isn't going to be a real long show, but it should be a good one. And let me check in with the chat. Guys, let me know if you can hear me okay. I do believe we fixed the sound issues that were going on. All right, give me 1 second. Hey, El Paculi. Hey, Visionary Vet. Hope you guys are doing well. Guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. Hey, Dustin, how you doing? Hey, Leslie. Is the sound good, guys? Is there any kind of choppiness? Let me know. And actually, guys, it's getting pretty hot in here already. I'm gonna have to move the fan a little bit closer. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so you might hear a little background noise now, but it's just the air conditioning. We actually we let the dog out about an hour ago, and we left the back door open, which let a lot of the air out. So it's more warm than usual in the garage right now. So, but as long as it's not staticky and choppy, you guys that have been watching me for years, you know the difference. So hopefully the air conditioning on and the fan won't be an interruption. But anyways, I don't want to carry on about the sounds again. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. Also going to cover a few things on the James Comey post again for anybody that missed it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. All right, here we go. I think the fan does make a little more noise than the AC unit, which is also in the garage. So if I can help it, I'll try not to move the fan any closer unless I absolutely have to. But here in Florida, in a garage, it's very possible. So trying to deliver the best show possible for you guys. All right, looks pretty straight. And here we go. All right, guys. In the news today, Trump announces phone call with Vladimir Putin to stop Ukraine bloodbath. This article from today, May 17th. Here, let me say hi to everybody real quick. Hey, Brian, Susan, Katie, El Paculi, Ellen, Leslie, Dustin, Visionary Vet. Much love, everyone. Hey, Connie. All right, Trump announces phone call with Vladimir Putin to stop Ukraine bloodbath. This article from today, May 17th. Hey, Watchman Dan. Hey, David. Much love, guys. Make sure I got all comments on. Okay. All right, guys, so we're going to break this down all by the numbers using Gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. So, the headline, Trump announces phone call with Vladimir Putin to stop Ukraine bloodbath. Notice how they highlighted bloodbath. And what do I tell you guys every single day? If it's highlighted, it's coded. Check it out. Ukraine bloodbath, right? Check it out. Bloodbath is a perfect match to Ukraine in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Bloodbath is 79, 34, 47. Ukraine, 79, 34, 47. Of course, Donald Trump is number 47. Trump equals 47. And we'll talk more about the 47s when we go over the James Comey stuff again. But yeah, that's the first thing I want to point out, and I don't think that's a coincidence. They highlight bloodbath, talking about Ukraine here, and bloodbath is a perfect match to Ukraine in 3 ciphers. So we get this news today on May 17th, and the phone call is going to be on Monday, which is going to be May 19th, all right? So let's talk about the 17th first. Trump sets up Monday call with Putin to talk ceasefire trade. We get this news on May 17th, and this is about a call with Putin, okay? So we get this news today 28 days before Trump's birthday. In Gematria, call equals 28, and Putin equals 28. How perfect, right? Well, on top of that, the date that they're going to talk on, allegedly, is going to be Monday. That's Monday, May 19th. That's going to be 26 days before Trump's birthday. Call equals 26 also, and Putin is also 26. So you couldn't script it any better. Sorry, I got a message here. One sec. But anyways, you couldn't script it any better, guys. In the news, a call with Putin, right? Call 28, Putin 28. It's in the news 28 days before Trump's birthday. And it's going to happen on Monday. That's going to be 26 days before Trump's birthday. And call is also 26, like Putin is 26. So, you know, what are the odds of that? Right? Now, for our favorite number, 222. Trump announces Monday calls with Putin and Zelensky after negotiations end in Istanbul. So he's allegedly going to talk with Putin and Zelensky. And we get this news today, May 17th. Vladimir Putin's birthday is October 7th. So we get this news today, 222 days from Vladimir Putin's birthday. And that is one of the biggest numbers I talk about. Actually, the biggest number I talk about on this channel, the number 222. Notice in Gematria, Putin and Zelensky equals 222, and we get this news today. 222 days from Putin's birthday. Wow. Trump equals 222. Donald John Trump Sr. equals 222. Trump Organization 222. Order Out of Chaos 222. Remember when Biden delivered the first sanctions against Russia? It was on 2/22/22, where Joe Biden walked out at exactly 2:22 p.m. on 2/22/22. You remember that? See down here? The headline, Biden speaks on Ukraine crisis as Putin orders in troops. All right? So we've talked a lot about the number 222 with Russia and Ukraine. I mean, what are the odds? Putin and Zelensky, 222. And anyways, here, let me check something real quick. Hold on. Let me turn this around. I want to look something up before I say something incorrect. Hold on. Okay, I'm correct. One sec. I just popped into my head. I forgot another big 222 with Zelensky. All right, give me a second here. Give me one sec to get all straight again. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so another 222 that I just remembered in connection to Zelensky. Remember, before he became president of Ukraine, he played the president. Look, the show is called Servant of the People. Ukrainian political satire comedy series created and produced by Vladimir Zelensky. All right. Let me see here. Look how much of a joke this is. Servant of the People is a Ukrainian political satire comedy series created and produced by Vladimir Zelensky. He stars as the main character, a high school history teacher in his 30s. He unexpectedly gets elected president of Ukraine. Okay? I mean, what are the odds of that? All right? Even without the Gematria. That before he became president of Ukraine, he played president of Ukraine in a show. So he's literally an actor. Right? So check out the Gematria of the show, Servant of the People. Guess what it equals? Oh, look at that. 222. That big number, right? So there's another one. You put their names together, Putin and Zelensky, it equals 222. We get this news today that he's going to have these phone calls with Putin and Zelensky. It's 222 days from Vladimir Putin's birthday today, and we had Biden deliver the first sanctions against Russia on 2/22/22. He walked out at 2:22 p.m. So let me go over this list of 222s for the people that are new here, how important that number is with Trump. And remember, it's Trump who's making this phone call, right? So number one, Trump equals 222. Trump Organization is 222. Donald John Trump Sr. is 222. The first U.S. case of COVID was 222 days from Trump's birthday. Declared a pandemic 222 months from 9/11. Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Trump announced the Stargate project 222 days from his birthday. It was back on March 11th this year, the anniversary of COVID being declared a pandemic 222 months from 9/11, where Trump bought a Tesla to help the stock price of Tesla. You know what the stock price was? What it opened at the morning he bought the Tesla? It opened at $222 a share. Then there was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization, which equals 222, where Trump took the stand 222 days from his birthday. So that's just the stuff with Trump, all right? Now here's a few more. Order Out of Chaos, 222, As Above, So Below, 222, Antichrist System, 222, The Beast of Revelation, 222, The Antichrist Barack Obama equals 222. Now remember, Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. And remember, COVID was declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday. They called it Wuhan coronavirus, which equals 222. Mandatory vaccination, 222. COVID vaccines, 222. Vaccine cards, 222. Event 201, 222. World Economic Forum, 222. Armageddon equals 222. The word beast equals 222. Hidden codes is also 222. So that's a lot to be a coincidence. And yeah, you guys know 222 is the biggest number we talk about here. So anyways, there's your 222 connection. So they're going to talk allegedly on Monday, right? And if they talk on Monday, that's going to be May 19th, right? Well, that's going to be, look at Vladimir Putin's birthday, October 7th. That's going to be 224 days from Putin's birthday. Well, that's absolutely perfect because in Gematria, Russia-Ukraine war equals 224. And when did Russia invade Ukraine? On February 24th. That's 224. 224. I mean, you couldn't script it any better. I mean, wow. He's going to talk to Putin about ending the Russia-Ukraine war 224 days from Putin's birthday, when Russia-Ukraine war is 224, and it started on 224 with Russia invading Ukraine, February 24th. Wow. If they talk on Monday, that will be May 19th. That'll be 168 weeks after Russia invaded Ukraine, and Vladimir Putin equals 168. My goodness. Monday, May 19th will also be 84 days from the anniversary of Russia invading Ukraine. That matters because Vladimir Putin equals 84, like the Jesuit order is 84. Also, Monday, May 19th is going to be a day with 69 date numerology. 5 plus 19 plus 20 plus 25 is 69. And Vladimir Putin equals 69, like the Jesuit order is also 69 in that cipher. And the last part here, what a perfect day for Donald Trump to talk with Vladimir Putin on Monday, May 19th, because that's going to be 142 days before Putin's birthday. Look at the full name of Putin. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin equals 142. Wow. So every single bit of it is scripted, and I'm sure there's even more that I didn't catch, but I think that's enough to get the point that this is more scripted news by the numbers. And if anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I am not monetized by YouTube, so any support, very much appreciated, and thank you to everyone who does support. Alright, I'll go back through this quickly in a second, but first I want to talk a little more about James Comey and the 8647. Here, I'm going to have to get rid of these. It's going to pop up in every window. 1 second. Okay, so the key point here, right? The thing that everybody's already caught by now. Secret Service probing ex-FBI Chief James Comey for allegedly threatening Trump and since deleted 8647 posts. Of course, the 86, someone means to get rid of them. The 47, Trump is number 47, right? Well, on top of that, what are the odds we got this news about the 8647? It was in the news exactly 8647 days after 9/11. How crazy is that? So that's the key point. Now another thing, I haven't mentioned this in a live stream yet, and shout out to Jurassic Liars. Somebody sent this to him in a text message, but I heard it first on his channel. And he pointed out that obviously this is an 8, right? Because it's 8647. But you guys know that these things sometimes have multiple layers, right? Multiple meanings. And why would they not throw a little 666 symbolism in there? So, yes, this is an 8, but they could have written this 8 differently. They could have done like a complete circle and a complete circle, or a few different ways. Anyways, just follow my little pointer here. Is that not the shape of an S? It clearly is, right? And notice, it's a different color from the rest of the shells. Isn't that interesting? All right, and why would it be a different color? Because, like I said, it has multiple layers, so they want this to stand out, okay? They want this to stand out. So look, it's clearly also in the shape of an S. Now, why does that matter? Well, if that's an S, right, and this is a 647, check it out. S is the 19th letter. S equals 19, right? So if you do S is 19 plus the 647, which is in a different color, what do you get? S equals 19. 19 plus 647 equals 666. I mean, of all the numbers, right? Now, is that a coincidence? Maybe, but I don't think so, you know? I guess anything could be a coincidence, but when it lines up that perfect, you know, it's not like they're all the same color, right? It's not like they're all gray. This one stands out for a reason, okay? So anyways, now, even if you don't want to believe that's an S, right? Again, shout out to Garo, Jurassic Liars, for this part. But the 8th prime is 19, right? So even if we're not doing S equals 19, the 8th prime is 19. So you get the 19 no matter what, okay? So yeah, 19 plus the 647 equals 666. Pretty crazy, on top of the fact that it was 8647 days after 9/11. Now, I'll just hit the key points quickly for anyone that missed it. But obviously, to 86, someone means to get rid of them. James Bryan Comey equals 86, like blood sacrifice, human sacrifice. This was in the news 8 years and 6 days after Comey's last day in office. All right? Trump is number 47. Trump equals 47. James Comey Jr., 47. President, 47. He's the FBI director. Director is also 47. Big number with the Trump assassination, 248. And, you know, this is all predicted programming for what we believe is going to be the soon removal of Donald Trump. And check it out. James Bryan Comey has the 248, like Trump assassination, 248. President Donald Trump, 248. Human sacrifice, 248. America is 248 years old. Trump got his mugshot, aka headshot, on the 24th day of the 8th month, August 24th, right? You can write that date, 24/8, and the word shot is also 248. James Bryan Comey, perfect match to human sacrifice in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. James Bryan Comey Jr., his full name, 185, like Donald John Trump, 185. This was a shell formation. See how they highlight shell formation? Also shells, like a shell casing. But shell formation, 68, like Trump assassination, 68, Donald John Trump, 68. What are the odds that shell formation equals Trump assassination? Shell formation is 68 and 76, like Donald John Trump, 68, 76. Look at the quote. Cool shell formation on my beach walk. Cool shell formation on my beach walk, 138, 159, like Donald Trump is 138, 159. This is on Instagram. Instagram is 60, like Donald Trump equals 60. Instagram is also 141, like Trump dead and Trump killed, 141. FBI has the kill numbers. FBI 1764, like kill 1764. James Comey 109, like FBI director and shooting are 109. James Comey 10937, like shooting 10937. The seashell photo was in the news on the 135th day of the year. Seashell 135. This is a shell formation. Shell 25, Death 25, Comey 25, Trump 25 in the year 25. We talked about this. It was posted 47 days after 9/11. And again, shout out to Garo for this part. Comey took office September 4th, 2013. That was 9 months, 11 days from Trump's birthday, 9/11. James Comey Jr. has the 187, that's the homicide code, like Washington, D.C. 187, Society of Jesus. 187, that's the Jesuits. This is in the news 153 days from Director Comey's birthday, which is December 14th. So in the news 153 days from his birthday, Director Comey 153, like the Illuminati, Jesuit order, they're 153. And then this news about the FBI chief and Donald Trump, it was in the news 48 weeks after Trump's birthday. FBI chief equals 48 in 1, 2, 3 ciphers. FBI chief equals 48, like Donald Trump 48, Illuminati 48. And remember, Trump was allegedly hit in Butler July 13th, 2024, exactly 48 weeks before his birthday, and Trump shot equals 48. And then we already talked about this, how this is standing out differently because it's a different color. Of course, it's an 8, but it could also be an S. S equals 19. 19 plus 647 equals 666. And even if you don't want to think it could be an S, well, the 8th prime is 19. So how about that? But yeah, that's it for that part. Let's see. Servant of the people, talked about that. 222. Alright, let's do a quick recap on this if you're just coming in. And if you're just coming in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Trump announces phone call with Vladimir Putin to stop Ukraine bloodbath. So Bloodbath is a perfect match to Ukraine in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. What are the odds? So we get this news today about a call with Putin that's going to take place on Monday, but it's in the news today 28 days before Trump's birthday. Call equals 28, Putin equals 28, and it's going to happen on Monday 26 days before Trump's birthday, and that's perfect because call and Putin are also 26. So you couldn't script it any better. We got the big 222 in the news today, 222 days from Putin's birthday. That big number. And remember, it says Trump announces Monday calls with Putin and Zelensky. Right? Putin and Zelensky put their names together. It equals 222. And we get this news 222 days from Putin's birthday. Trump 222. Who just won the election 222 days from his birthday. First U.S. case of COVID 222 days from his birthday. Wuhan coronavirus 222 declared a pandemic 222 months from 9/11. Obama tested positive 222 days from his birthday. You guys know the list. If you want the full list, you'll have to go back and listen because I went over the whole list the first time around. This is the recap. But yeah, Donald John Trump Sr., 222. Trump Organization 222, Order Out of Chaos 222, and then the name of Zelensky's show where he played a Ukrainian president before he became the president of Ukraine was called Servant of the People, which is also 222. And remember when Biden delivered the first sanctions against Russia, it was on 2/22/22 when he walked out at 2:22 p.m. And we were live when that happened. It was pretty exciting. And I'll never forget that day. But yeah, also, this is a big key point. They're going to talk on Monday, May 19th. That's going to be 224 days after Putin's birthday. That's perfect because Russia-Ukraine war equals 224. And when did Russia invade Ukraine? On 224, February 24th. I mean, what are the odds that Russia-Ukraine war equals 224 and it started on 224, on top of the fact that the phone call is going to be 224 days from Putin's birthday? The phone call is going to be 168 weeks after Russia invaded Ukraine. Vladimir Putin equals 168. It's going to be 84 days after the anniversary of Russia invading Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has the 84, like the Jesuit Order 84. And that cipher going to be on a day with 69 date numerology. Vladimir Putin 69, like the Jesuit Order 69. And the last part, the phone call going to be on Monday, May 19th. That's going to be 142 days before Putin's birthday, and that's perfect because Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin equals 142. More news by the numbers. And again, if anyone wants to support, very much appreciated. Thank you so much to everyone who does support. All right, guys, that is it. Let me turn this thing around. All right, guys. Hey, Visionary Vet. Hey, Connie. Hey, D-Angel. Hello to Mike. Bones. Hey, Jurassic is in the chat. I didn't see you. Sorry, man. Good to see you, Garo. Everybody make sure you subscribe to his channel in the chat, Jurassic Liars, Elvis Seattle 611. And June 11th is approaching, so if you do live in Washington, you definitely want to check out Garo's channel and make a decision. But he's got some pretty compelling evidence that something could go down June 11th in the state of Washington, and it's definitely worth paying attention to. Who knows if it'll be this year or maybe next year? I don't know, but I do know that he makes a very good point. And just check out the couple live streams that he did with Cody the last couple days. I mean, it's pretty amazing stuff. So, anyways, I feel compelled to relay that message. Because if anything did happen in Seattle or Washington State on June 11th, I don't want to be the guy that didn't say anything about it. So definitely check his channel out. Still here. Says still here, bro. Just listening while working on my next video. Thanks, bro. Anytime, man. Keep up the great work. We know you're a hard worker, and like Cody said, I don't know how you do it, man. You go live pretty much 2 times every day with amazing stuff. I got this fly. Got a fly in the room. Hey, Chris. How you doing? Hey, Ellen. Alright, guys. Well, that's pretty much what I got for you. Just a little decode by the numbers. Nothing too crazy. But, yeah. Wanted to come on live and share that with you. I'm so glad that the audio issues are done for now. And hopefully they'll stay done. At first I thought it was my phone. I was going to have to replace my phone or something, but I think it was more of a Wi-Fi issue. All I did was reset the modem or the router. I don't know which is which because I'm horrible with technology. But I hit the reset button on one of them, and that seemed to solve the issue. And I also moved them like 5 feet closer to where I'm at. So between those two things, and then I unplugged a smart TV, because they said even if it's not on but it's plugged in, it could still draw some Wi-Fi. And also I had a Roku device that I unplugged because they said that can draw some Wi-Fi too. So between those couple changes, I hope it's solved. And like I said earlier, if the problem does come up again, you know, maybe I'll just call the internet provider out here and they can either replace the equipment or maybe move it closer. Whatever we got to do. We're not going to let a little audio issue stop us. Amen? I'm sweating in here even with the air conditioning on. And it's only May. I can't wait to see how it is in July. But this would be, I think, my 3rd July in this house, so we'll get through it. But yeah, like I said earlier, normally it's cooler in here, but we let the dog out about an hour ago and we left the back door open. So there went all the cold air. So, oh well. But anyways, guys, I believe that is it for now. We'll see if anything else happens the rest of the weekend. And we'll cover it. If there's any big news, of course, we will cover it. So, anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out today. Thank you for being part of the channel. I really love you guys and appreciate you being here. And do me a favor, on the way out, please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.